Hello, good afternoon. Today's topic I'll be discussing today is Aspergers and love and relationships and how it's affected me and how I've dealt with it throughout the years. First off, us Asperger people, we tend to get obsessive about a topic and a subject, and we study that subject incessantly and we perseverate on it. And when we're in love with somebody, we need someone who's going to be as obsessive about us as we are about them to ever find the true happiness that we're looking for. But oftentimes people might think they've found someone and that person might love them just as much as they love them, but oftentimes, more than not, it's never usually true. It's all a lie. And it's very, very hard finding love for us. And oftentimes we're ridiculed and we're alone. It's not easy for us to date like it is for neurotypical people are. I mean, I've always been obsessive. And if I like somebody, I've always been obsessive about them, and I try to hide it. And I've been called names like stalker, creeper, and all kinds of other names. But that's just my nature. I'm obsessive. I'm compulsive. I have very bad OCD, but that's just who I am. And I've learned to live with it. I mean, I've had to struggle and channel it in to where I have to sort of hide it away from certain people. But if it's someone I've known for a very, very long time, eventually, I feel comfortable enough to tell them the truth. But it's just very hard. And then all through high school, I never had a girlfriend. I was very depressed. Oftentimes, I wanted to kill myself. And I tried to overdose on NyQuil and other painkillers that I could find. And I used to get made fun of by everybody and bullied. I used to get called faggot, queer, on a regular basis. And it took me 13 tries before I could even get a prom date. And my prom date was somebody who had a boyfriend anyways, so it wasn't like I could be with her. It was just very difficult for me. And I never felt that I got the acceptance that I wanted from people. I'd always struggle to be accepted by others. And I still struggle with it every day. I don't feel the rest of the world necessarily accepts me, and that there's only certain segments of society who do accept me because of my weird, awkward, quirky behavior. And I can't force myself to change it, even though I supposedly might have the power to change it. It's not something, that can just be done overnight. But I do want people to accept me the way I am. And as far as you guys finding love, I just say find someone who feels the same way about you and is just as obsessive as you are about them. That's the only way it'll really work. Because if they're not as obsessive about you, it won't work out. I mean, make sure it's somebody who's clingy, who's going to call you every day. I had an ex who called me every day, and we got broken up because the family didn't like me. That's a story I'll tell another time. But that's what I recommend for you guys. Both of you are clingy people and you don't like your space, make sure. Because if one person's clingy and the other one isn't, it's just not going to work out. I'd rather be with a girl who's clingy that's going to call me, that I can claim. Not as a possession, but, that's going to call me on a regular basis and that's always going to obsess about me as I'm obsessed about her. Because that's just the way I am and that's what I want. And I also recommend that you guys write down what you want in a guy or a girl that you're looking for. Write down the qualities, think about it. I know what I want. I want someone who's not religious, someone who doesn't really have family, because family always gets in the way. Parents in particular always judge you, especially if you're an Aspie student, or you have Aspergers rather, I should say. They tend to misunderstand you and they don't know you. And the rest of the world's like that, unfortunately. They'll never be accepting, and it's very hard in the dating world when it comes to third-party members, and family, from my experience, tend to always get in the way. And it's not my family, it's always the girls' families that I'm with. They always want to stand in the way and make commentaries and judge me. And I don't appreciate that, but there's nothing I can do. I just got to find a girl who has her shit together and doesn't have family that's going to be around, or find someone who's an orphan. Thirdly, I want someone who's going to be obsessed as I am about them. Be obsessed about me the same way. have similar interests, like horror movies, like macrobee, like action movies, like to go to concerts, likes music, likes to travel. I want my lover to be my bestest friend in addition, because if your lover's not your best friend, it's never going to work out. You can't have a best friend and have a lover. Your lover has to be your bestest, closest friend. You got to do everything with them, and you got to be close with them if you want it to work out. And I mean extremely close. You can't just, be separated. And you got to be there emotionally. You got to listen to their wants and their needs, and they got to do the same for you. It's just a part of life. And I really hope this helps a lot of you out. Check out my other videos, and I'll be posting more here pretty soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.